And good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the countdown to first pitch here on the Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook page. And we'll be joining the radio side here at the conclusion of West Middlesex taking on Greensburg Central Catholic in baseball. But I'm Mark Slazak, and with Bob Greenberg, we're getting ready for softball action as the Sharon Tigers will take on the South Park Eagles. South Park, the District 7 runner-up, comes in with a record of 20-1, Section 3 3A champs in District 7. And they're coached by R.J. Matetic, who is in his fifth year at South Park. The Sharon Tigers, 21-1. District 10, now two-time champion. And the Region 5 champs as well, under Coach Dave Bodine in year 4. And they're here again in the Piaa playoffs for the second straight year. Time now to welcome in broadcast partner Bob Greenberg. How you doing, Bob?
It's a beautiful day for softball here this afternoon as we are live from Kasnevich Park, or Kasnevich Field here at Sippy Rock, and we get to see the Sharon Tigers yet again. What a season and what a run they have had. And now they have reached the state tournament, the round of 16. And a big challenge here today for the Tigers. You get to this level, there are no cupcakes, and there's no question they're facing a very good program, very good team in South Park.
You mentioned South Park at 20-1. The one was a loss in the District 7 championship game to Mohawk. Second straight year that South Park has lost the WPL championship to Mohawk, and last year losing their first round game in the state playoffs.
And on the other side, the Sharon Tigers becoming the first Mercer County team ever to win back-to-back District 10 softball championships. A year ago, they made it to the state semifinals, losing to Harbor Creek in a tough game after they had already beaten Harbor Creek in the district finals. Harbor Creek went on to win the state championship. So, you still got some of that in the back of the mind here for the Sharon program. But these are two very good teams. The two pitchers we'll talk about here in a moment were both first-team All-State selections last year as pitchers, and they're both having All-State years again this year.
Pitcher number one will be Maddie Vogan. Maddie, in her sophomore season here at Sharon, 21-1 with a 0.30 earned run average, 16 shutouts in the season. Just eclipsed recently 500 career Ks.
On the other side is Sydney Seckley. She is a junior. And this year, she's 18-1 with 13 shutouts, 187 strikeouts, 34-4 in the last 2 years. And she's batting over 500 this year as well. So two players that are not only great pitchers, but also great hitters. And the focus of this game will be, can either of the teams have success against the opposing pitcher? That'll be, I think, no question, what's going to determine who's going to win today's game.
Now, on the season, Sharon averaging 10 runs a game, giving up less than a run per game defensively, and almost the similar numbers for South Park. They average 9.5 runs per game and give up just over a run per game on the season.
Quick updates, not good for West Middlesex. They had led 5-3, and they have just given up 3 runs in the top of the 6th. So the Big Reds trailing Greensburg Central in baseball action, 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th. And on the radio side, we'll join our broadcast as soon as that game is over. But until then, we'll be live on Facebook.
Bob had a chance to talk with both coaches here today, and let's get a chance to listen in.
Joining us is head coach Dave Bodine of the Sharon Tigers. And Coach, the road continues here today. Another big playoff game. You had a week to bask in the District 10 championship success. Just talk about how the reaction has been and what you've done the last week.
The reaction's been great. A lot of support from community and people around the program, and that created excitement for the girls, and so that's always good. We've been just continuing with our schedule, practicing and things like that, and same routine. And then it was nice to have the game Friday to get some good reps against a quality team instead of just sitting around. So we're excited. We're ready.
And you obviously played St. Mary's, and it was a very competitive game. What was encouraging about that win?
Just our execution. We were able to bunt the ball, move some runners, and hit with runners in scoring position. And then obviously Maddie pitched extremely well. And we made the plays behind her when we had to. So overall, it was a really good effort by the girls.
you tweaked your lineup a little bit. Not many coaches would have done that at this point. But just talk about the mindset.
Yeah, the mindset is to get the best hitters in the situation, to get the most at bats. And, you know, with Addie hitting as well as she is right now, we figured we move her up one slot and hopefully it might get her an extra at bat or two in the game. And, it worked out for us in the St. Mary's game. First inning, she came up and got an RBI single to get the game started in the first inning and get us a run.
Facing the South Park team, obviously a very good program. I've had a great year, just a couple concerns.
Yeah, their speed, their athleticism. I mean, they have a really good pitcher, quality program. You know, they're in the playoffs on a regular basis, competing for a Whitfield championship. So it's a good program. They're going to be fundamentally sound, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
A couple keys today for Sharon to win.
Number one, obviously, it'd be Maddie dominating in the circle and doing what she normally does, and our girls making plays behind her. And then, the same as usual, timely bunting, hitting behind runners, and executing when we get runners in scoring position. I know I say that to you all the time, but hopefully one of these times we'll do it on a regular basis and maybe take some excitement out of the game instead of it being so close.
Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, great.
All right, there you go, Dave Bodine of the Sharon Tigers, and also had a chance to chat with R.J. Matetic, the veteran coach for the South Park Eagles, and here is our conversation.
Of South Park, and Coach, obviously you're playing baseball or softball here in June. It's been a good year.
Yeah, I mean, very good year. We were kind of disappointed last week. Our first loss, we lost to Mohawk for the district championship. Very disappointing to us, the players. But, they've rebounded before, like this year, even though we were 20-0 going into that game, where we were down, a couple runs in several games, and they came back and fought like crazy to take the lead and win the game. So I'm looking forward to us bouncing back here from the loss just last week. And, and I kind of explained to them, like, Western Pennsylvania is one thing, but the state is a bigger thing, and now it's off to bigger pastures, and we'll see how they respond. But I think we're ready to like go after it and do some damage here.
You were undefeated for a long stretch. What was the key? What were you doing well?
Well, I mean, we're doing. First of all, my philosophy is always you got to pitch well. You got to field well. If you pitch and field well, you're more than likely in every game. And then if you can throw in some aggressive base running and hitting, you got a really good chance of going far, and that's how we're doing it. We're hitting well. We're hitting better this year than we hit last year. Pitching-wise, same pitcher, so she's doing extremely well, getting better every year. Sid Seckley's our pitcher. And our base running has improved. So, we're doing all good things. The unfortunate piece last week is, we didn't hit as well as I thought we would, and that was kind of disappointing. But what are you going to do?
What's a couple concerns with Sharon?
Obviously, their pitcher. Maddie, I've seen her on some film. I've heard about her. I've talked to others about her. I've seen her stats. She throws hard. We've worked 2 days on it, so we'll see if that helps today. Meaning the type of thrower she is, the type of pitches she throws, and hey, our goal here is to put the ball in play, make them make plays. We as the same, meaning I know, they're going to put the ball in play. We need to make plays, and it's almost like the team that makes the least mistakes, might come out on top, because this is probably going to be like a pitcher's duel, I think.
Coach,
That's my view.
Coach, best of luck.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
That's R.J. Matetic, the 5-year coach from South Park. Coach Matetic has been around coaching for 35 years, but with this team for his last 5, he's coached Bethel Park baseball. He's also spent some time with Peters Township basketball. So here today, hey, we're on video, and we would like to thank the Sharon American Legion as our video sponsor. The Sharon American Legion serves veterans, community, and youth, and accepts all veterans for membership.
West Middlesex has scored on a push car triple in the bottom of the 6th. The high drama across the way here. Game is tied at 6 between West Middlesex and Greensburg Central Catholic. And now it's time for our starting lineups, Mark.
All right, Bob, start up with the Sharon Tigers.
Sharon Tigers will look like this. Leading off and pitching is Maddie Vogan. Batting second, playing right field is Marley Bundrant. Batting third, first baseman Claire Bodine. Batting fourth, playing center field, Addie McFan. Batting fifth, third baseman Maya Bundrant. Batting sixth, shortstop Chloe Pagliarini. Batting seventh, second baseman Delaney Bear. Batting eighth, catcher Mary Claire Brown. And batting ninth, left fielder Alana Wilson.
The South Park Eagles look like this, 20-1. The District 7 runner-up will lead off with Kylie Metrick in center field. Sydney Dubiak will be the shortstop. Junior Sydney Seckley will be the pitcher. Grace Kempton will play first base. Freshman Emma Hayes is the catcher. Caitlin Polk will bat seventh and play right field, or sixth and play right field. J.C. Hillicksberg will be the left fielder, batting the seventh spot. Batting eighth, Maddie Wilder at second base, and Allie Wilder, the third baseman, will bat ninth.
Well, the one thing that you might be able to hear a little bit is the wind could be a major factor here today. Right now, it is blowing in from basically right field to home plate, and it's a pretty strong wind. So it could impact really almost any fly ball. Nothing will be routine today, so we'll have to definitely keep our eye on that.
Bright sunshiny day as well in western Pennsylvania. We mentioned the pitching matchup for South Park. Sydney Seckley, 18-1, 186 strikeouts on the season, an ERA under 1 with 13 shutouts. 42 hits, 18 runs, 10 earned runs. Of those 186 strikeouts, 53 were looking strikeouts as well. Teams bat 128 against Sydney Seckley. And we're going to pause and honor America with our national anthem.
With the playing of our Star Spangled Banner.
Our national anthem here at Kasnevich Field, Slippery Rock University. Mark Slazak with Bob Greenberg. Got Lee Gross running our Facebook camera up top. We'll join the radio network here at the conclusion of the West Middlesex baseball game. If it does conclude, it's been a barn burner over there. They're over at Jack Critchfield Park, but just beyond our right field wall, so we could peek into the stadium there. So West Middlesex battling with Greensburg Central Catholic.
Yeah, it's 6-6 going into the seventh there, so who knows when that game might end. But we are ready to go here on Facebook Live, and we get to see, once again, Maddie Vogan on the mound. What a season she has had. 21-0 this year, 16 shutouts, 7 no-hitters, .30 ERA. She's given up 5 earned runs, 272 strikeouts in 115 innings, went over 500 career strikeouts as a sophomore on Friday in the sub-regional. And I asked Dave Bodine, I said, I've never asked this question, how fast does Maddie throw the ball? And he says she has been timed up around 65, 66 miles an hour, which is fast.
No doubt about it. And, pitching circle, and by the time you let it go, probably about 40 feet away from the batter with the big strides from Maddie Vogan. So we're ready to go. Kylie Metrick will lead it off for South Park. South Park will wear a white jersey, blue numbers, blue pants. The Sharon Tigers in black head to toe with white numbers and letters. Vogan rocks, fires. Our first pitch is high for ball one.
Metric, 574 on the year, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, so would be a classic leadoff hitter.
Vogan rocks and fires. And again, this the top of the zone this time called a strike. And I guess they call that first one a strike as well. That delayed call with the right hand. So board showing 0-2 to Metric. Here's the pitch. And that one floats higher. And you heard Coach, if you were with us at the beginning, R.J. Matetic talked about how wants the team to lay off the rise ball. They did right there. Vogan will use the top of the zone a lot to try to get those strikeouts. 1-2 pitch from Matty Vogan, and it's slapped third base side, and it is fair. It hits on the line. Metric go round first, going for second. The throw to second is not in time. That ball hit right on the line, just beyond the reach of the third baseman.
Yeah, and the third base umpire didn't turn around quick enough, but the home plate umpire bailed him out because the ball clearly landed on the chalk. And a leadoff double here for South Park by Kylie Metric.
You're watching on the video the tan infield, the green outfield, all artificial surface here. Sydney Dubiak will be the batter. 359, she'll bunt first base side. Vogan will scoop and throw to first for the out. The sacrifice moves Metric to third base.
Really nice bunt. Coach Matetic talked about the fundamentals, and bunting is part of that. And so just like that, South Park with a runner at third base here with one out here in the top of the first.
I'll bring up Sydney Seckley, the pitcher. She bats .547. She's knocked in 22 runs on the season. Pitch from Matty Vogan is low for ball one.
Big day of playoffs today here. 4 Mercer County teams remain alive. I'll give you an update on the schedule here momentarily.
1-0 pitch is fouled into the screen right side, evens the count at 1-1. Kylie Metric on at third base, double to start things off. She's headed to pitch Johnstown to play softball in her future. The senior center fielder. Coach called her a superstar athletic player as well. 1-1 pitch with one out, square in the bunt, popping it straight up was Sekelic, and Mary Claire Brown races to the screen but can't get it. As the ball out of play into the screen.
And almost kind of a squeeze there, as I think figuring if they get the ball down, the Athletic Metric's going to score from third, and they're going to kind of manufacture a run here.
What's the count now in Vogan's favor at 1-2? Matty will rock and fire, and the ball squibbed up the middle. Bear has a range on it, will grab it in front of second base, and the pop-up will keep the runner at third. It's out number 2.
Yeah, big swing. Ball didn't go far, but give credit to Bear. Charged that play and made the out. So 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Grace Kempton will step in. The junior bats .481 with a home run, 35 runs batted in. Has been a strong hitter all season. Takes the first pitch high for ball one from Matty Vogan. A leadoff double, a sacrifice move Metric to third. And Matty Vogan trying to work out of this top of the first. With Metric still at third and now 2 down. Vogan will rock and fire. Swing and a miss. Kempton may have had just a piece of that one, but into the glove of Mary Claire Brown for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind blowing straight in from center field. A pretty brisk rate here at Kisnevich Field. Here's the pitch, and it's flared shortstop side. Running in to make the catch is Chloe Pagliarini. She'll grab it. And it's out number 3, and Vogan does work out of it. The sacrifice, a couple of pop-ups, and the leadoff double is stranded. 1 hit, no runs, 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Coming up next, and the Sharon Tigers really working well. Soft contact by a couple of batters with Seckley and Kempton, 2 really strong hitters in that middle of the South Park lineup. And I'm sure Coach R.J. Matetic liked his chances after the leadoff double.
Yeah, no question about it.
Right?
Yeah, no question about it. That you get a leadoff double, and you like your chances maybe to get a run in, but does not happen. So, great job pitching by Vogan, And now the Sharon Tigers will have to face this outstanding pitcher in Sydney Seckley.
Sydney Seckley, 18-1 on the season with 13 strikeouts, 13 shutouts, 186 strikeouts. She's walked only 8 batters on the season. A player with D1 potential as a pitcher and continuing to develop. Talking to Coach Matetic, one of the things he talked about in working with Sydney Seckley is that idea is she has come up from the young ages and just being able to blow people away for years, and now learning to add different types of pitching to a repertoire and becoming more of a pitcher, not just a thrower.
Leading off for Sharon.
And she has had great success in the last 2 years here in the circle, leading South Park to back-to-back WPIAL championship games. She'll face Maddie Vogan first, a .645 hitter to lead it off for the Tigers.
15 home runs this year, 42 RBIs for Vogan.
And the pitch from Seckley, and Vogan will foul it straight back into the netting. Maddie Vogan, 29 career home runs. She's knocked in 42 this year. She's also scored 37 runs on the season in the lead of the Tigers. No score here, bottom of the first inning. Seckley checks the dugout for the pitch call. And we'll fire 0-1. And it's off the edge. Defensively for South Park, J.C. Hilgesberg is in left field, Kylie Metrick in center, Caitlin Polk is in right, Allie Wilder at third, Sydney Dubiak is the shortstop, Maddie Wilder at second, Grace Kempton plays first base. Seckley with the pitch. And that one called a strike on the outside edge. Emma Hayes is the catcher, a freshman. Sydney Seckley on the mound.
So 1-2 here on Vogan to lead off the bottom of the first. We have no score, Sharon and South Park.
Seckley takes a lot of time between pitches and will deliver the 1-2. And it's slapped right side, but Kempton, the first baseman, will scoop and step on the bag, and that's out number 1.
So one unassisted. Now comes Marley Buntrett, the freshman right fielder, batting .542 on the year, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs.
102nd on the team with 25 runs scored. Will stand under the right-hand batter's box against the righty Sydney Seckley.
Wind gusts are being told around 20 miles an hour right now.
Pitch from Seckley is called a strike at the top of the zone. Seckley receives the ball, does a little stroll around the back of the circle. Now she's ready. 0-1 pitch off the edge. Even the count at 1-1. Mentioned South Park falling in the WPAL finals against Mohawk with a score of 6-1.
2 years in a row. They lost to Mohawk in the District 7 championship game.
1-1 pitch to Bundred, swing and a miss. Marley underneath that one. It's a 1-2 count. Playoff wins against Deer Lakes and Avonworth. 10-0 and 9-6 on this trail to the playoffs.
South Park, they're a lot more experience in the PWA tournament than Sharon has.
1-2 pitch. This one skips away. Keeping the count at 2-2. Last year, Sharon advancing after District 10 championship all the way to the Western Final, falling in the state semis to Harbor Creek, eventually state champion. Last year, South Park eliminated in round 1, but a lot more history.
History.
Yes. 2-2 pitch. And it's high and outside. Hayes lunging to snag it, and the count is even at 3-2.
It's the 11th appearance all time for South Park in the state tournament, dating back to 25 years ago, and highlighted by a state championship in 2017, beating Pine Grove 4-2 to win the 3A title.
3-2 pitch coming to the freshman Marley Bundret, and it's inside. And Marley will sprint down to first base with the first base runner of the game for the Tigers. Then we got Claire Bodine, who plays first base. Coach's daughter batting .470 with 4 home runs and 34 runs batted in.
There's a really good at bat there by Marley Bundren, showing patience, stayed away from the inside and outside pitches.
Claire will bat left-handed. She looks down to Dad in the third base coach's box for the sign.
Well, he's not really in the coach's box.
That's true. He's deep from the box. And Bundren will fake a move to second base, swinging and missing on taking strike one is Claire Bodine.
Never understood it. You're required to be in the batter's box, but you're not required to be in the coach's box.
You're supposed to. Get a better angle if you move further back. No balls, 1 strike. Seckley's pitch, swing and a miss on high heat. And that will make the count 0-2 on Claire Bodine. Claire will play softball next year at Penn State Barron. We have 3 senior starters in the Sharon lineup to go with Chloe Pagliarini and Delaney Bear. A 1 pitch with Marley Bundren, the runner, on at first. And swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 on the high fastball, and that'll bring up freshman Addie McFan.
Well, a high fastball there, and Claire just could not get around on it. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
187 strikeouts now on the year. First strikeout of the game for the pitcher, Sydney Seckley. So Addie McFan has moved up to the 4th spot in the lineup. Moved up there against the St. Mary's squad in the win on Friday. Fouls this one off into the screen.
Well, it looks like, because I do not see a walk-off celebration across the way, that it looks like that game is going to the 8th inning. Middlesex and Greensburg tied at 6.
And as we're currently on the radio side, we're just on the Facebook side, but we'll join it on the radio side when that one's over. 0-1 pitch to McFan. And this one off the outside edge, 1-1. 2 down, Marley Bundren, she walked as the runner at first base.
Sharpsville plays Neshannock at 5 o'clock today at Neshannock, 2A softball, and at 6:30 in 2A baseball, Greenville heads to Du Bois to take on Red Bank Valley.
And the 1-1 pitch to McFan is inside. Bundren still at first base. Has bluffed and moved to second a couple of times. It's still right there. McFan, a .431 hitter on the season with 18 runs batted in. The 2-1 pitch coming from Seckley, and this ball is chopped right side and foul. So we'll get McFan back in the batter's box with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
This is a winner-take-all game. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals on Thursday. Losers' season will come to an end here this afternoon.
Seckley will rock the 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back into the netting. McFan on it, but fouled it straight back. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Sharon Tigers with playoff wins against Fairview, Hickory, Northwestern, and St. Mary's. 2-2 pitch coming to Addie McFan. Bundren on at first. The pitch is just outside. And the count again full, 3-2. Saw Bundren work a count to full before she walked. McFan has done the same. 3-2 pitch with 2 down. And the junior Sydney Seckley. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off right side into the netting. Staying alive is McFan.
I'd asked Dave Bodine, making the switch here on Friday, flipping McFan and Bundren from the 4 and 5 slots. And I said, not many coaches who's having a great year would make this type of move. And he said, Addie has just really been hitting the ball well, and felt they wanted to give her maybe some more opportunities a little bit higher in the lineup. So, and it paid off on Friday. She had a big RBI single.
3-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up right side. Kempton comes over, makes the catch. And a wrap on that sore right or left hamstring, but able to pull it in nonetheless. And out number 3 on the pop up to the first baseman And Sharon with no runs, no hits. There were no errors in the inning. And they left one on base. So we played one inning with no score between South Park and Sharon. I'd like to thank our video sponsors, Sharon American Legion, serving veterans, community, and youth, and accepting all veterans for membership. Again, thank you so much, Sharon American Legion. Lee Gross up on top of the press box, running the camera today. And Jason Basil in the box with us. I'm Mark Slazak, along with Bob Greenberg. No score after one.
Both teams get a runner, and neither team able to push the runner home, so we are scoreless after the first inning. And we kind of felt this had the makings to being another one of those pitchers' duels here. So one inning in definitely has shown to be that. And now here come 5, 6, 7 up to the plate for South Park.
Yeah, freshman Emma Hayes, a young power hitting catcher, will step to the plate to lead off the second inning for South Park. Maddie Vogan will fire. And the pitch crosses the plate on that outside edge for strike one. Hayes, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in, 300 hitting freshman catcher. Pitch from Vogan. Brown holds the glove with the pitch high. One of the things that Coach Matetic of South Park said they had worked on for the last 2 days is the speed and laying off the rise ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one is popped over our heads and out of play.
So I'm guessing, because I didn't ask the question, because it was, we had a limited time. So I'm guessing, working on the speed, did they use a jugs gun, or did they have somebody throw overhand? Because I mean, that's easier said than done. But
yeah, how do you simulate that? That's a good question. 1-2 pitch. And just a tad bit low. 2-2. Well, if you throw overhand, you can simulate the speed, but you're not going to get the rise effect that you're trying to lay off of. 2-2 pitch coming to the right hand, hitting Emma Hayes. Swing and a miss. The changeup gets away for a second from Brown, but she'll scoop and throw to first for the out. And strikeout number 1 is going off speed to get the strikeout was Maddie Vogan.
yeah, that's a great pitch there.
Now batting number 4.
First strikeout of the game for Maddie Vogan.
And no panic there for Mary Claire Brown. Quickly scooped it up and threw to Claire Bodine over at first to retire the batter. It'll bring up Caitlin Polk, the right fielder, batting .391 with 11 runs batted in this year. Pitch from Vogan, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Per this one source, which I trust, a Velocity website, they're saying a 66-mile-an-hour softball pitch converts to 95 miles an hour on the baseball field.
A 1 pitch, and this one skips away low. 1-1.
So Maddie
So that
Vogan,
means Maddie Vogan throws really hard.
yeah, that's just to give you an idea that we were told up to about 66 miles an hour, and that would be about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on a baseball pitcher's mound.
1-1 pitch from Vogan, and it is popped up onto the roof of the press box, or just to the right of it, I should say. Didn't quite hit the roof. Caitlin Polk, .391 hitter on the season.
Quick update, Greensburg Central has scored a run in the top of the 8th. They now lead 7-6, no outs.
This one fouled away yet again. Do it again at 1-2. Vogan works probably twice as fast as Seckley has chosen to work from the circle so far in this one. Is Vogan ready to deliver the 1-2 to Caitlin Polk here with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and it is slapped third base side, but foul. Knocked down in foul ground there by Maya Bundren. Back into the box for Caitlin Polk with the blue number 4 on the back of her white jersey. And Maddie Vogan will rock and fire the 1-2 pitch, and again fouled away.
I'll say one thing: that South Park team, they've come ready to play, and they are at least handling the fastball better than the teams we've seen this year.
.406 the team batting average coming in with 8 runs for 8 home runs on the season. Vogan's pitch, and this one is rocketed to left field, deep and foul, but out of play. Hitting the top of the wall about 180 feet down the left field line, 200 directly to the fence. In the left corner and right corner, 220 straightaway center here at Kasnevich Field. Polk will step in again with a 1-2 pitch. And a fastball is fouled into the glove of Mary Claire Brown, and it is strikeout number 2 in the inning and strikeout number 2 in the game.
Yeah, Mary Claire Brown, a very underrated catcher. Thought it was a really cool picture that Maddie Vogan's mom sent to me that I posted of their 500th strikeout the other day.
The pitch to J.C. Hilligsberg.
And what was cool about it is that Mary Claire Brown has caught all 500 of those strikeouts.
Junior catcher has been fantastic receiver for Sharon and made a great play there to catch the foul ball. This ball grounded right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So that one, the first base runner of this inning, second hit of the game for South Park. Here we got Maddie Wilder.
Yeah, Hillsburg really turned on that up the middle.
Hillingsburg will play college softball next year for W&J, so you're right on that. Just slapped it right up the middle. There's Maddie Wilder, and this one fouled straight back, strike 1. Wilder is second baseman, batting .320 with 8 runs batted in on the season.
Greensburg has scored again now, 8-6 now, still top of the 8th. Runners on first and second with 1 out. So Big Reds down 2, and it's not over yet.
A 1 pitch. And skips in, handled by Brown, but we'll call it low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down here. Hilligsburg, the runner at first base. Vogan's pitch, with the runner going, is popped away foul.
Long time
over the stands on the right side. Go ahead.
Veteran Sharon fan off his hand over the fence.
He should have jumped up. He tried to do it from a seated position. Couldn't make the stab. 1-2. Vogan against Maddie Wilder. Pitch. Strike 3 call. And Maddie Vogan will strike out the side. It was a single in between, so 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 1 left. As we'll go to the bottom of the second inning, no score, South Park. Here and Sharon coming to bat here on Sports Radio 96.7, Facebook Live. Mark Slazak along with Bob Greenberg.
I'd like to thank Dave Kurth and the great folks at the Sharon American Legion. They've been with us for the playoffs. Serves veterans, community, and youth. Accepts all veterans for membership. Great supporter of the community and helping us bring you this live video here this afternoon. You never know when we get to this stage, the PWA has to approve our video requests. So unlike everything up to this point, we know we're going to be able to do video. But when we get to this point, we have to request it. They have to approve it. So you never know when the video train will come to an end. But we are glad we were able to bring you this afternoon's game.
And then it's people like the Sharon American Legion that make it happen as well with the sponsorship of these games. So you get the approval, you get the sponsorship, you get Lee on the roof, and here we go, right? We're good to go. So Maya Bundrent will lead things off for Sharon here in the bottom of the second. No score. It's Maya Bundrent, Chloe Pagliarini, and Delaney Bear, the scheduled hitters. Maya, the right-hand hitter in the 5-hole this afternoon. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Bundrent, another one of the freshmen. 379 this year, 19 RBIs.
Walking back, and the pitch, but high and outside. Actually, sophomore.
I just
looked,
well, because
I
I switched them in the lineup, so I didn't switch over the grades, but I'm sure Coach Bodine wouldn't mind having Maya as a freshman.
Still as a sophomore, still pretty good. Long career to go. 0-2 pitch coming from Seckley to Bundrent. And a called strike 3 on the outside edge. Some of the umpires sitting behind home plate wearing Sharon black and orange thought that was outside. But strikeout number 2 for Sydney Seckley. Bring up Chloe Pagliarini. Chloe, the white number 2 in the back of the black jersey. Seckley's pitch is high and outside for ball one.
Pagliarini, 288 on the year, no home runs, 21 RBIs. I always felt the worst seat in the house for a fan is right behind home plate, because you're going to look at every pitch through a different pair of goggles, and you're better off just being on the side and just let the umpire call the plays.
1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-1. So it's a good place to watch the game, but you don't think it's a good place to parent watch. Like
I think that's true.
I think you'd be a little bit too involved in wanting to make every call.
A parent, I think that's a great way to describe it. If you're a parent or
if you're a parent like you.
Yes.
1-1. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled right side beyond the dugout and out of play, first base side.
Not a parent like many. How about just put it that way? I'm not the only one.
Yes, that's true. Parent like many. And I think a parent like you, people know you, they understand exactly what that means. But you're not the only one. 1-2 pitch coming from Seckley. Let's go to the breaking ball. It's just off the edge. And that time it was the South Park fans that wanted that one.
Really a nice job by Hayes, the catcher, trying to frame that. Didn't work. Tried to bring it back in a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Chloe Pagliarini. Now swing and a miss. Firing the fastball right past her was Seckley. Strikeout number 2 of the inning and strikeout number 3 in the game. 2 down.
Here comes Delaney Bear, the senior, 237 on the year, 11 RBI, one of the stars of the District 10 championship game.
A big 2-run double in that game. 4-1 win over Northwestern. Pitch to Bear. Is low for ball one.
Greensburg has scored again, 9-6 now in the top of the 8th, 2 outs over West Middlesex in PWA baseball.
Just beyond the way at Jack Critchfield Park here in Slippery Rock as well. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. There's the high fastball past Delaney Bear. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. No score between South Park and Sharon. And the pitch is delivered, and again another swinging strike to Delaney Bear. It is now 1-2. Seckley coming in with 186 strikeouts on the season.
Only a junior.
3 in this game. 1-2 pitch. December breaking ball. Throw it outside and off the plate.
And she's obviously had a fantastic career. And she's only a junior, All-State a season ago.
2-2 pitch with 2 out coming to Delaney Bear. And this one's grounded shortstop side. Scooped there by Dubiak. She'll throw to first and retire Delaney Bear. So 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the Tigers. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. Still scoreless between the Sharon Tigers, who came in at 21-1, and the South Park Eagles, who lost their only game in the district championship game last week.
And think about it from the South Park perspective, almost like deja vu. Last year they made it to the Whippeal Finals, lost to Mohawk. Then they went into the first round of the state tournament and got knocked out. And they lose again in the Whippeal Finals to Mohawk, and now they're in a battle in the first round of the state tournament. So you have to imagine it's been a little bit of a challenge this week trying to get the players emotionally into it. I'm sure negative thoughts creeping in a little bit here and there, but so far it's been a very well-played game.
Coach Matetic talked about that being kind of like Groundhog Day. He brought up the movie with losing again to Mohawk after a really good season. 35 years in coaching for Coach Matetic from South Park. He said the team is ready to bounce back. Here's Maddie Vogel with the pitch. And it's a high strike to Allie Wilder. Allie, the 3rd baseman and the number 9 hitter in the South Park lineup. South Park has had 2 hits, 2 runners left on base through 2 innings. Vogel's pitch to Wilder is popped 3rd base side and into the top of the dugout and out of play.
And the news not good continuing across the way, Mark. Greensburg now has 6 runs in the top of the 8th. They've taken a 12-6 lead, and there's still 2 outs.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Allie Wilder. A little high and outside. Talked to Coach Matetic about the idea of trying to learn from a loss, and it's been a couple of really good seasons. There's 2 losses a year ago. Coming in the last 2 games they played, this pitch low. And just the 1 loss this year, there's really not been a lot of opportunities to do that and really learn from a loss because the team hasn't lost many games the last 2 years. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Vogan. And this one's a check swing, grounded third base, but foul.
Sharon in the same boat as they are
Sure.
a combined 46-2 the last 2 years. The only loss last year was in the state semifinals. Their only loss this year was to Hubbard back in early April.
2-2 pitch. And it's high, runs a count of 3-2 to the number 9 batter, Allie Wilder.
Sharon has won 17 games in a row. And in that 17-game winning streak, they've given up only more than 1 run once.
3-2 pitch, and it is fouled into the netting. We have seen multiple batters now here from South Park able to fight off pitches, foul balls when they're down in the count. They'll stay alive in the at-bat. Vogan has struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters. Pitch from Matty. It's grounded right back to the circle. Vogan will grab it, throw over to first base for the out number 1.
Nice play by Vogan. Took her time. Gets the ball over to Bodine for the first out here in the top of the 3rd. We have no score still here between Sharon and South Park.
Bring up the top of the order, Kylie Metrick. Kylie blooped the ball just beyond third base, just into the grass. It hit right on the line, ended up a double her first time up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Kylie headed to pitch Johnstown to play sophomore, or to play softball. And this senior with 11 steals, a great athlete in center field, got a great arm, and hits nearly 600. Here's the pitch. She'll pop this one, and Vogan will run in and grab it just in front of the plate. So the soft pop-up, we've seen now 3 of those soft pop-ups. This time Maddie Vogan will grab it. It's 2 outs.
So Maddie Vogan starting to settle in here a little bit, it seems like. With 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd.
Sydney Dubiak will bat. She sacrificed her first time up, takes this pitch and slaps it into the screen, foul ball, strike 1. Dubiak bats .359 in the season with 15 runs batted in. The junior shortstop. Where's lucky number 13 on the back of her jersey. No score here as we're in the top of the 3rd. Pitch from Vogan. And this one again fouled back off the glove of Brown and into the netting. 0-2. Very athletic team is South Park. And a chance to take extra bases. Steal bases, they will. This pitch called strike 3. Catch in the corner is Vogan. And Maddie Vogan with strikeout number 4. And we played 2.5, and we're still scoreless. So South Park, 3 up, 3 down this time. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we will go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with no score.
Yeah, there's no question. As we anticipated, you have a matchup of returning first-team All-State pitchers. There were, I believe, last year on the All-State team at this class, there were only 5 first-team pitchers. 2 of them are on the are inside the circle today.
That's pretty cool. In the loss to Mohawk, Mohawk was able to end up with 13 hits in the game. And talking to their coaching staff, though, they figured maybe 3 or 4 balls that were really hit hard against Seckley. A lot of other balls that just found their way, that dribbled between the 3rd and short, or found their way up the middle, or found the hole at first base.
24, Mary Claire Brown.
And Mohawk took full advantage to gain the 6-1 win in the WPI AL Championship. And the Tigers with 8-9-1 in the lineup here in the 3rd inning. Mary Claire Brown, Alana Wilson, and back to the top, and Maddie Vogan. Brown, the catcher, bats 184 on this season. She's knocked in 10. She'll bat right-handed against the right-hander, Sydney Seckley. That pitch right past her for strike one on a swing and a miss. Seckley 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. And the pitch. On the outside edge for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes for Mary Claire Brown. Mentioned Brown, the receiver of now over 500 strikeouts from Maddie Vogan. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss. Held on to by Hayes, and that'll be out number 1 and strikeout number 4
Alana Wilson.
for Sydney Seckley.
Yeah, her 4Ks now matching the 4Ks of Maddie Vogan.
And we'll bring up Alana Wilson. Wilson, number 9 hitter, wears number 1. Third baseman Allie Wilder creeps in a bit at third. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside, a little bit high for ball 1. Allie Wilder tight at third. Grace Kempton, I should say, about even with the bag at first. Now even backing up a little bit as Wilder. 1-0 pitch, and Wilson swinging a miss. It's a 1-on-1. Alana Wilson, 229 on the season with 6 runs batted in. Speedy freshman left fielder for the Tigers. Takes the 1-1 pitch, squares the bunt, and bunts it foul.
Yeah, all 3 outfielders are freshmen for the Tigers, and they really solidified the outfield position this year. They've been, one of their strengths has been their defense. And when all 3 are freshmen, that's a good place to be if you're Coach Dave Bodine.
1-2 pitch here coming from Seckley to Wilson. 1 down. And a swing and a miss. High fastball. And Wilson will cut through it.
53, Madeline Vogan.
5th strikeout for Seckley. 2 outs in the inning, and they'll bring up Maddie Vogan. Mentioned that defense. Just 9 errors on the season for the Tigers and 425 chances. 98% fielding percentage for the season. So Maddie Vogan, 645 hitter coming in with 15 home runs. We'll take this one and foul it straight back. He was right on the fastball, but put it right back into the net. Vogan, 29 career home runs. Been on base over 71% of the time this year. And certainly a key batter in this Tiger order in the 1 spot. On 1 pitch. And off the edge, trying to frame it again was the catcher Emma Hayes.
0-0, Sharon in South Park here in the bottom of the 3rd. Piaa AA 3A first round matchup from Mississippi Rock University here this afternoon.
Vogan the hitter. Here's the pitch. It's high. Reaching to grab it and stab it was Hayes. 2-1 to Vogan. Marley Bundrent, the batter, on deck for the Tigers. Sydney Seckley rocks and fires. And Vogan fouls it again straight back.
And Seckley coming with a kind of an inside fastball there, and kind of caught Maddie on her on the handle a little bit and just able to foul it away.
Two-two pitch with 2 down here in a scoreless bottom of the 3rd. And the changeup slapped into right center field, and it's going to drop on a base hit for Maddie Vogan. Able to keep the hands back on the changeup and slap it for a hit.
First hit of the game here for the Sharon Tigers as they make it around the lineup for the 2nd time. And now with 2 outs, it'll be Marley Bundrent.
Like many teams, Sharon does not run for the pitcher Maddie Vogan. Well, they're top athletes. Great speed on the bases, so she will stay at first base. Marley Bundritt will be the hitter. She walked her first time up. Pitch from Seckley, and it's fouled away. Doesn't matter where you hang that game changer camera, the ball will eventually at one point or another be fouled right into where it is. This one's anchored pretty good on the netting here, though.
Yeah, you might have jinxed it now.
No balls, one strike. Seckley to Marley Bundritt, and a swing and a miss. Blow it past her at knee-high level, or maybe even a bit lower, to move the count to 0-2.
Middlesex, excuse me, Mark. Runners on second and third here in the bottom of the eighth with no outs. They trail 12-6.
0-2 pitch to Bundritt. Swing and a miss. And Seckley gives up her first hit, but no damage done with strikeout number 6, and she strikes out the side. Sandwiched around the Vogan single. No runs, no hits. No errors, one left for the Tigers. And we have played 3 innings, and we are scoreless. Sharon and South Park here on Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook. We'll join the radio side when baseball coverage finishes up. As you mentioned, in extra innings, but a big top of the 8th inning for Greensburg Central Catholic. Given them a 6-run lead. So work to do for the Big Reds here in the bottom of the 8th, and right here.
And it really always works out that way. That game started at 2 o'clock, so it's over 2 hours and 40 minutes long now. And there's a Titusville playing in the nightcap at 4:30, so they're going to be probably 45 minutes to an hour behind the time, but that's the nature of baseball. No clock in baseball.
It was funny, my colleague Anthony Romo calling the baseball game, and we were over there with Anthony in the game, and the first pitch of the game, and Anthony mentioned exactly on time at 2 o'clock, and we're still standing there watching Anthony at least, 15, 20 minutes into the top of the first inning for Greensburg Central Catholic. Here we go, top of the 4th. Vogan's pitch is fouled away. Sydney Seckley, the batter. She popped out weakly to second base her first time up. Sydney, a .547 hitter.
And that was that riser that Maddie loves to throw. Very difficult to hit, and Seckley just got a tip of the bat on it a little bit.
Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. The biggest threat to score in the game was Kylie Metrick leadoff double. Hit right on the line, just beyond the cut of the green in left field. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's popped up softly, and Pagliarini, the shortstop, will race in front of second base and make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 36, Grace Kempton.
Again, another one of those soft pop-ups to the infield that we've seen a lot of from South Park so far in the game. But going back to Metrick, she had the double. She was sacrificed to third with just the 1 out, but then Seckley and Kempton with weak pop-ups. Here's Kempton, the batter. She'll swing and miss, strike 1. Grace Kempton, 41 hitter, 35 runs batted in.
Yeah, she's had a fantastic season.
Got a wrap on her left leg for a hamstring strain, but cleared to play. This pitch floats high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Did miss 1 playoff game this year, did Grace.
Big Reds will not go away.
Still battling.
Blanton, a 2-run single, 12-8 now with first and second, still no outs.
1-1 pitch. And it's called a strike.
Big Reds, by the way, the first Mercer County team ever to win 10 District 10 titles. They're the winningest program when it comes to baseball in Mercer County history, and they're battling right now.
1-2 pitch, and it is fouled off. Third base side and out of play. 4 in a row for Colton Hoffman and the Big Reds. That's a program with, you mentioned, 10 titles. Great history for West Middlesex in baseball.
And his dad, of course, Kevin, was the head coach of the state championship team in 2019 to celebrate his birthday over the weekend. He's also the head coach at Penn State Shenango now.
Pitch is fouled again, straight back, and 1-2. We'll keep it right there. St. Vogan get to 2 strikes often. Then we see South Park kind of change their approach a little bit, try to make contact with 2 strikes, but they have yet to kind of hit the ball solid with 2 strikes, but they've kept the bats alive. 1-2 pitch, and this one fisted foul left side. Shot it past third base coach and head coach R.J. Matetic.
Beautiful day here for baseball and softball. Couldn't ask for much considering all the bad weather we've had in the month of May. June off to a good start.
1-2 pitch with 1 out from Vogan. And it's a swing and a miss. With the heat up high. Strikeout number 5.
Now batting number
Kempton
43,
is down, and
Hayes.
Emma Hayes, who struck out her first time, will step to the plate.
And that is strikeout number 5 for Maddie Vogan.
Hayes, the catcher, check swing, and called strike 1. Hayes leads the team with 5 home runs. They said this girl's been hitting the ball 250 feet in practice with consistency throughout her freshman year, and even when she was younger, a power hitter and now the catcher for South Park. Breaking ball, this one just a bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got a veteran pitcher in Seckley who's been very successful, and it's not often that you see a freshman catcher jump in and handle her as well as Emma Hayes has done this year. Here's the pitch. Foul to the top of the screen. That was about an inch from going over the screen and probably right to Lee above us. Lee would be on the ground on the deck behind the little fence up there. Get out of the way. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Emma Hayes from Vogan. And it's fouled again, straight back. Hayes with some good cuts. Fouling off the rise ball at the top of the zone.
Maddie Vogan, along with Andrea Young yesterday, named co-Mercer County Mailer Insurance Athletes of the Month.
Both from Sharon. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And that'll end the 4th inning with Vogan's 6th strikeout of the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. And there is no score in this one. You're home for the PIAA playoffs. Sports Radio 96.7, Facebook Live. I'm Mark Slazak along with Bob Greenberg. Lee Gross is on the roof running the Facebook camera. Jason Basil here as well, working with us in the booth.
And let's see where we're at in that game across the way. 1 out now. Still first and second. As West Middlesex trailing Greensburg Central Catholic 12-8. And trying to have a miracle bottom of the 8th here. Big Reds trailing by 6 going into the bottom. They have scored 2. They have runners on first and second, but 1 out.
Greensburg Central Catholic scored 6 in the top of the 8th, which has been a seesaw battle in that game from the start. Greensburg Central Catholic jumped down 2-0 in the first inning, and then they battled back and forth. West Middlesex had a lead for a while. And a good baseball game over at Jack Critchfield Park. Here at Kasnevich Field at Slippery Rock, we have a good one going for you as well. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's scoreless. The
Leading
Sharon
off for
Tigers will
number 7, Claire Bodine.
start with Claire Bodine. Should be followed by Addie McFadden and Maya Bundret here in the 4th. Both coaches talked about this being one of those games of who's getting an opportunity to make a play. Who's going to make a play? And will there be a mistake? And does that turn the game? Pitch to Bodine, floats high for ball 1.
And there's no question after what we've seen, the pressure will begin to build here as runs are going to be at a premium here this afternoon.
Seckley on the rubber here in the circle. 1-0 pitch. He'll go with a bit of a changeup. Floats over the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 strikeouts in the game for Seckley. She has 13 shutouts on the season. 1-1 pitch to Claire Bodine. And it's fouled off into the netting. Claire struck out her first time up. 470 hitter for the Tigers. 17 career home runs for Claire.
Fort LaBeouf wins today. They beat Elizabeth Ford 10-6 out of District 10 in 4A.
Seckley with a 1-2 pitch to Claire Bodine. And Claire will take it. It's called strike three. The ball off the glove of Hayes. The throw to first is over the head of Kempton. Tips to the second baseman. Wanu backs it up, but getting to first base in time despite striking out is Claire Bodine. That was a strange play, too, because the call kind of was delayed by the umpire. So Claire did not run right away. The ball had gotten all the way to the screen, and Claire gets to first base on the error of the catcher.
Unbelievable. So a big break there, and you had just talked about that, Mark. What could be one big play, one mistake could be the difference.
That's Addie McFadden at the plate. She'll foul this one straight back. Addie popped to first her first time up.
Middlesex has scored. They have the tying run up now. It's 12-9.
Wow.
2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. In one of the more wild games you're going to see or hear.
And what you get scoring-wise as well as you get the 7th strikeout for Seckley, but Bodine on it at first, and Addie McFadden the batter. This pitch is outside. McFadden able to take. McFadden with a white number 9 on the black jersey, which you can barely see it's there with the long blonde hair flowing out of the back of the helmet for Addie McFadden. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, throw to first, and Claire Bodine back just in time. Ball was high, 2-1.
There have been, in some of the previous games, Dave Bodine has run for Claire Bodine.
True.
But electing not to in this situation.
McFadden takes it high. And the freshman works the count to 3-1. Claire is not the pitcher or the catcher, so you would use a pinch runner and have to re-enter, so you lose a player if you would use one here. So Coach Bodine doesn't want to do that just yet on the pinch runner. 3-1 pitch, and it's inside ball 4. So Addie McFadden will draw the walk. Claire Bodine will move to second base, and Maya Bundred, the sophomore, will step to the plate. First time that Sharon has had 2 on in an inning. They've had just 2 base runners up until this 4th inning. And timeout called, and a little discussion as Coach R.J. Matetic will make his way to the circle and meet with the entire infield.
And it is final. Valiant effort by West Middlesex will come up short. The baseball District 10 champions lose here this afternoon, 12-9 in a wild game. So congrats to Colton Hoffman and his outstanding team in their program, but their season will come to an end here this afternoon.
That means we'll join the radio side of things here shortly, but we'll still here on Facebook. No change on that, so if you've been watching along the way, we're here. And now they'll have the pinch runner that you had talked about with Bodine moving into scoring position. Sharon will bring Brooklyn Ruzic to run at second base.
So Sharon Tigers with their big first real threat of the afternoon, first and second with nobody out.
And no hits to get there. A strikeout followed by an error as the ball got away from the catcher, and then a walk to get 2 on with nobody out for Maya Bundred. Maya, the righty hitter. And Seckley will fire. Maya squares to bunt, and the pitch stabbed at, but missed on the bunt attempt, so it's strike 1. Bundred, the righty hitter. 379 on the year. Knocked in 19. Bats 5th in the lineup for the Tigers today. 0-1 pitch again, squares to bunt. This time a good bunt. Fielded by Seckley. He'll throw to first for the out, but both runners move up. And the Tigers now have runners at second and third with just 1 out on the sacrifice by Maya Bundred.
Yeah, great bunt there by Bundred.
Now batting number 2, Chloe Aglarini.
And It'll be second and third now with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. We have no score.
Coach Dave Bodine trying to set it up for senior Chloe Pagliarini. Got the speedy Brooke Ruzic on at third base as the pinch runner. Squaring to bunt and bunting the ball first base side. The runners do not advance, and beating it at first base is Pagliarini. It was fielded by Seckley. She looked to third to see if Rugis was coming, and she was not. So Pagliarini is on at first with a single.
Yeah, it really would have been a tough decision there by Seckley. If she tries to go to first, there's a good chance that Sharon scores there, but now bases loaded, one out, bottom of the fourth. We have no score.
And Delaney Bear will be the hitter with the bases loaded of Tigers. Seckley's pitch. And it floats over the corner for strike one.
I'd like to welcome our listeners on Sports Radio 96.7 Radio as we are live here at SRU. And a thriller right now, Sharon and South Park 0-0 here in the bottom of the fourth.
A one pitch from Seckley, swing and a miss. Delaney Bear, the batter, bases loaded of Tigers here. A strikeout, but then an error to get Claire Bodine on to start the inning. A walk to Addie McFan. Sacrificed by Maya Bundrent and a bunt single by Chloe Pagliarini. And bases are loaded. 0-2 for Bear. Had a big hit in the District 10 championship win against Northwestern, a two-run double. Here's the pitch, and it's low and outside. Scooped nicely there by the South Park catcher, Emma Hayes.
So West Middlesex, their season ends 12-9. Sharpsville, Neshannock, first pitch at 5 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on that.
There's the 1-2 pitch to Bear. Floats high. 2-2. Brooklyn Ruzic, the pinch runner. She's on at third. The speedy freshman has seen a lot of action this year as a pinch runner, a courtesy runner. 2-2 pitch to Bear. Swing and a miss, and nope, just got a piece of it. Just tipped away. Hayes can't find it. It's at her feet as it popped out of her glove. Just getting a piece of it was Delaney Bear to stay alive. On the high fastball, we'll do it again at 2-2. Bear, the senior second baseman for the Tigers. Seckley's pitch, and it's shot into the second baseman's glove, throw to first, double play. Oh, Bear hit it hard. It went right to Maddie Wilder with the infield in. Wilder made the catch, threw back to first to double off Pagliarini, and this inning is over.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Bear, but bad break, and we are still scoreless after 4.
Take a break. Back with more in a moment. No score. Sharon and South Park at your home for the Piaa playoffs. Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic will find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
Well, Delaney Bear hit a shot and hit it to the wrong place for the Tigers and the right place if you're here for the South Park Eagles. The second baseman right there, Maddie Wilder, caught the line drive. And before Pagliarini really had a chance to react at first base, she gets doubled off. And the Sharon threat with the bases loaded and one out goes for a 0. And we now go to the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike one. And the pitch to Caitlin Polk.
The difficulty of a runner in that situation where the ball is hit that hard to stay on the bag is not easy. You've coached many times, you tell your players, but it's just not easy.
And this pitch is going to be fouled out of play from Polk on the delivery from Vogan.
So we go to the top of the fifth.
Caitlin Polk struck out her first time up. Maddie Vogan has struck out 6. 0-2 pitch, and this one is shot down the line left side, and it's the second time that Polk has hit a long foul ball off the sidewall. But out of play. And we'll do it again here at 0-2.
Sharpsville and Neshannock have begun. And we'll track that one.
Pitch from Vogan, and it's inside. And that ball may have hit the bat, or did it? No, they're going to say to first base. A little controversy here, and they also didn't know if maybe she would have swung and getting out of the way when they appeal. Did they appeal to third base? I did not see the first baseman react at all. Was there an appeal? And now they're going to talk about it. It had an odd sound, but that odd sound could certainly come from being hit by the ball.
And it's not just in addition to being hit, but the question right now is, did she swing? It looked like she may have turned, and
the umpires will talk about it, and they'll say she's on it first. So no swing, but you can continue that point.
And basically, so if she swings and gets hit by the ball, it's a strike. And I think that was the question that Dave Bodine asked, and his answer is she did not.
So bring up J.C. Hillingsberg. And she'll swing and a miss, strike one on the high fastball. Hillingsberg singled her first time up. Right up the middle in the second inning. So the hit by pitch. The runner on at first has been fouled straight back, 0-2.
And on the season, just the third batter that Maddie Vogan has hit.
.395 hitter is J.C. Hillingsberg. And she'll take strike 3 on the edge, the called strikeout. And out number 1 in the inning.
Now batting number 24, Maddie
And not many
Wilder.
players would want to step in front of a Maddie Vogan fastball either. So, I mean, Polk didn't have much choice.
She wasn't stepping in front of it.
No.
She was receiving it. One out, here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Brown's throw to second base is not in time. A stolen base for Caitlin Polk on strike 1 to the batter, Maddie Wilder.
And that's the aggressive running for Coach Matetic talked about. And now he has a runner in scoring position here in the top of the fifth. We have no score.
Maddie Wilder, the batter, she'll slap it deep to right field, but it's going to be foul. Giving it a run and getting close, but unable to grab it was Marley Bundren, the right fielder. They'll make the count 0-2 on Maddie Wilder. Maddie struck out looking her first time up. She's a .320 hitter. Lowest average on this team is .283, so hitters up and down the lineup for South Park. Here's the pitch, popped up first base side. Claire Bodine running towards the dugout, but cannot get it before it hits the fence. And the count will stay 0-2.
Winner of this game will face the winner of, and I'll tell you that in a second.
0-2 pitch, it's high. Taking the high pitch was Maddie Wilder, runner at second.
Will face the winner of Susquehanna and Phillipsburg Osceola. They are playing right now. Susquehanna 21-0 District 3 champion.
1-2 strike pitch, and again floats high. District 3 in the next round, if they would win. So an Eastern team. 2-2 pitch coming. Rockin' fire. And a called strike 3 on the corner. Second straight called strikeout. Wilder did not like the call, but she'll get back to the dugout on the third base side. And Allie Wilder will step in with Polk still the runner at second base, but now 2 down.
Yeah, big time pitch there by Maddie Vogan.
8 strikeouts for Maddie. Here's her pitch. Swing and a miss. Wilder swinging through it. Wilder grounded it right back to Maddie Vogan, her first time up. Caitlin Polk, the runner at second base in a scoreless game here in the fifth. Pitch from Vogan. Swing and a miss. And that time Wilder could not lay off the rise ball. Just a look down to Coach R.J. Matetic, who said for a couple of days, don't swing at the rise ball. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Maddie Vogan strikes out the side after hitting a batter, giving up a stolen base. A runner left in scoring position for South Park. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score, Sharon and South Park, and you're home for the PIAA playoffs. Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
Bay's Pub and Grill awards the Mercer County Team of the Month. Bay's is proud to announce that the West Middlesex baseball team is the May Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations to West Middlesex coach Colton Hoffman and his District 10 championship team as they are the May Bay's Pub and Grill Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations, West Middlesex Baseball, the May Bay's Pub and Grill Team of the Month. For more information, go to bayspubandgrill.com.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
Leading off for Sharon is number 24, Mary Claire.
So we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. For the second time of the game, Maddie Vogan works out of a mini jam. And no runs on the board for South Park. I'm Mark Slazak with Bob Greenberg. We welcome in the radio listeners and Aaron Byro back at the studio as well. Sharon Tigers will have Mary Claire Brown, Alana Wilson, and Maddie Vogan here in the bottom of 5 in a scoreless game. Seckley's pitch is inside for ball 1. Sydney Seckley, Maddie Vogan, a couple of all-state pitchers from a year ago, and they have pitched like it again today.
Yeah, Seckley with 13 shutouts this year. Vogan with 16 shutouts this year.
1-0 pitch. Changeup is high. You made it last year. You have another great year. You would be ashamed to not see both of those girls again on the all-state team. And you'll have a little bit to do with that. 2 balls and no strikes. To Mary Claire Brown, the pitch is inside. 3-0. You're going to be part of that selection or nominating committee this year?
I get to at least nominate. I don't know how the process works, but I've already nominated a few players.
That's good. 3-0 pitch to Brown. And it's inside. So Mary Claire Brown will be on at first base. We'll look for someone to run for her.
Now batting number 1, Alana
Courtesy
Wilson.
runner type. And it will be Jocelyn Roberson who will.
5th walk of the year for Mary Claire Brown, none bigger. As the Tigers now with the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 5th, and we are scoreless 0-0.
Jocelyn Roberson has scored 17 runs for the Tigers this year. She'll run at first as the courtesy runner for the catcher, Brown, and Alana Wilson, the batter. This is an opportunity that you've seen Sharon in this situation a lot of times. Get the ball down on a bunt attempt for Wilson, and we will see. Third baseman Allie Wilder creeps in. There's the pitch, squaring a bunt, and Wilson will bunt it foul. It was up in the air for a while. Wilder gave it a chase, so did the catcher Hayes, but neither one could catch up with it.
Yeah, it's easier said than done bunting against pitchers of what we're seeing here today.
Yeah, both Seckley and Vogan can throw hard in the top part of the zone. And Wilson with a charging third baseman, too. She bunted over the third baseman's head if she wanted. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Wilson squares. Good bunt third base side, but it's on the ground, but foul. And everybody goes back.
Just a reminder on the radio side, the Pick Sports line off today. We'll be back next Monday. We anticipate maybe as live.
Depends on games, right?
Yeah, we have live playoff coverage this afternoon. You and I will be back sometime. Who knows when?
Sometime in June. No balls, 2 strikes to Wilson, who might bunt again with 2 strikes. We'll see. She squares, and she will bunt, and it's foul. That'll count as a strikeout. Everybody goes back, out number 1.
Yeah, it's one of those, I don't know how, I'm not going to question Dave Bodine, but bunting with 2 strikes is always a challenge because if it stays foul, it's a strikeout. But if it stays down, then you get most likely the sacrifice.
And we got Maddie Vogan, top of the order. Maddie has grounded to first base and singled in 2 trips. Hit a changeup to right center. Sharon's first hit in the game. Roberson, the runner. This pitch is hit deep to right field. It is down the line, and it is spinning foul.
And it stays, just hit the wall down there
Yeah.
in foul territory.
A diagonal wall that juts out at about a 45-degree angle towards the wall in right. So no balls, one strike to Maddie Vogan. Sharon's most dangerous hitter. I think 645 on this season. The pitch is again fouled right side into the screen. Vogan, 15 home runs, 42 runs batted in on the season.
Updates, not a good one. Neshannock has scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first. They lead Sharpsville 3-0. That's 2A softball first round matchup.
And an 0-2 pitch here to Vogan with one down. And Roberson the runner at first. And this pitch slapped right side, and it is foul. Fielded by the first baseman, Kempton, but about a foot to the left of the first base bat from Kempton's perspective.
I'm sure South Park would have liked that, been fair.
0-2 pitch coming again to Vogan from Sidney Seckley. Seckley will rock and fire, and Vogan will hit it to center field straight away. And coming in to make the catch is Metric. And it's out number 2 on the fly ball to center field.
Yeah, just kind of got her on the handle there a little bit, Mark, and with the wind kind of blowing in, not going to be easy for anybody, even somebody as powerful as Matty Vogan, to drive it.
Yeah, no assist from the wind. You're going to have to hit it hard to get it out of here today. So 2 down, runner at first. Marley Bundrant, the batter. And swing and a miss, strike 1. Roberson dives back into first base as the ball thrown down first base side. As Hayes saw her drifting off a bit.
I would consider anything maybe low to run Roberson with 2 outs. Get something going. Maybe you never know. Throw to the outfield.
2 down here in the 5th for Bundrant, who has a walk and a strikeout. This one fouled straight back.
In worst case scenario is she's thrown out and you come back with 2, 3, 4 in the next inning.
Coach Bodine looks over to Jocelyn Roberson at first base. Marley Bundrant, the batter, now with an 0-2 count. 2 down here in a scoreless bottom of the 5th. Seckley rocks, fires, and a called strike 3. Much to the dismay of the Sharon faithful. But the strikeout, number 9 for Seckley, and that'll end the inning. No score through 5. Sharon and South Park in the inning. The Tigers, no runs. They had no hits. There were no errors in the inning, and there was 1 left on base. We'll go to the 6th when we come back. No score. Sharon and South Park, your home of the Piaa Playoff, Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
The tax team at Reed & Daly Associates is the area's #1 income tax service. Reed & Daly built their practice one client at a time and are proud supporters of student athletes, boosters, bands, and other school activities to keep our diverse community moving forward. When it comes to business or taxes, Reed & Daly Associates will fight for you and help you reach the top of your game. Reed & Daly Associates on South Buell Farm Drive in Hermitage and online at reedanddaly.com.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
2 hits apiece. No runs for either squad. Welcome back to Kasnevich Field. Hogan's pitch here to start the 6th is on the outside edge for strike 1. Connie Metric to lead it off for South Park. And a double in the first, but was stranded at third base. Scoreless game. This pitch high.
And Metric has been the only runner to get past second base for South Park today. And so 1, 2, 3, top of the order here for South Park. We are scoreless, 0-0 in the top of the 6th.
Pitch from Vogan high. Both pitchers have struck out 9. Been the expected pitcher's duel from 2 All-State pitchers. And Metric, a .574 hitter, will slap it foul right side and out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Metric Going to make her bid to be All-State as well. Going to Pitt Johnstown next year. 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in, double-digit steals. A leader defensively for this South Park squad. And a 2-2 count from Maddie Vogan to the right-hand hitting Connie Metric. This pitch is popped up. Second base side, Bear is there, under it, and no, dropped it! Popped out of her glove at the last moment. And back to first base after semi-rounding it and getting back just in time
Now batting number 13,
was Metric, who is on via the air.
Yeah, Bear went back a step in the wind a little bit, then the ball kind of got caught in the fat part of her glove and just popped out. And almost was able to throw up Metric as she made the turn at first base.
Got back just in time. Metric, you'll go. The pitch is low, and the throw to second base is not in time. Metric with the steal. Metric going right away as Sydney Dubiak had stepped in. They did call a strike on the pitch. So it's a no ball, 1 strike, and now a runner at second base for South Park. Spinning to bunt, popping it up, and the catch made by Maya Bungert, who came in on the third base side. So the sacrifice attempt does not work, as Dubiak will pop out to third base.
And great job by Pagliarini going over to cover third there with nobody around. Metric could have tagged from second base if Pagliarini wasn't there.
They'll bring up Sydney Seckley. She has 2 weak pop-ups in her 2 times up. This time she'll fly it foul right side and out of play. Seckley a pop-up to second, a pop-up to short in 2 trips.
So an error here in the top of the 6th has given South Park a runner at second base with 1 out.
Third inning that South Park has had a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch, it's high. Brown able to reach up and stab it. That's a runner at third in the first inning. And a runner at second base in the 5th. And here another runner at second base in the 6th. Pitch from Vogan, swing and a miss. Knee-high fastball swung through by Seckley. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Seckley batting .547 coming into this one with 22 runs batted in.
Last inning, a leadoff batter hit by pitch, then Vogan struck out the side.
1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. We got a lot of umpires in the crowd yelling 3. We don't know if the umpire caught it, and he eventually pulls the right arm back. And it's out number 2.
Boy,
and strikeout number 10 for Maddie Vogan.
Don't know what that was on the jugs gun, but that was maybe the fastest pitch of the day here for Maddie.
Kempton, the batter, fouls it straight back. Grace Kempton, the 4-hitter, trying to knock in that run from second base. Second time of the game that Connie Metric has been in scoring position for South Park. A pop out to short and a strikeout, and 2 times up for Grace Kempton.
Sharon will have 3-4-5 batting in the bottom of the 6th.
A 1 pitch. Kempton pops it up and over our heads and out of play. Kempton is leading the team here with 35 runs batted in, a .481 average. Has battled through a strained left hamstring here in the playoffs. And now faces an 0-2 count. Vogan fires, pitch is high, able to lay off a riser that was about the bill of the hat of Kempton.
Takes some pretty good discipline there by Kempton. Stay away from that pitch, not easy.
So 1-2 from Vogan. Rocks, fires. Swing and a miss. Sharon again out of trouble. Strikeout number 11 in the game for Maddie Vogan. And no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was an error. And another runner left in scoring position for South Park. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with no score. Sharon in South Park on your home for the PIAA Playoff. Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
My son Colin, he just turned 19. He bought Xanax off of social media. It was laced with fentanyl, and he never woke up.
We're in the midst of a fentanyl crisis. We're seeing substances, marijuana, cocaine, Xanax, pressed with fentanyl. Fentanyl is extremely potent. 1 pill pressed with fentanyl is enough to kill you.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
No score as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sharon and South Park in girls 3A softball. District 10 champ Sharon Tigers, South Park District 7 runner-up. In the bottom of the 6th, it'll be Claire Bodine, Addie McFan, and Maya Bundren for the Tigers. Against Sydney Seckley. And Sydney's pitch is shot third base side and past the third baseman in the left field. Bodine will round first and stay there. And a leadoff single for Claire Bodine.
And Claire Bodine, she has done numerous times in her illustrious career with clutch hits late in games, and a big leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th.
And shot it right past Allie Wilder at third base. Between Wilder and the bag, not a lot of room there, but the ball swiftly into left field. And they'll bring up Addie McFan. Addie, the 4-hitter, has popped out to first and walked. Pitch from Seckley is low, and back to first base is Bodine.
Susquehanna has won 11-0. They're 22-0, and they will face the winner of this game on Thursday, and would be a pretty big softball statewide showdown. Susquehanna from the Harrisburg area.
1-0 pitch, and this is fouled into the netting. 1-1 to McFan.
Interesting decision here. Leadoff runner on. Does not look like Dave Bodine's going to have Addie bunting.
Yeah, he's been hot throughout the second half of the season. The freshman has moved up to the 4th spot in the order. 1-1 pitch, and the ball shot foul again right side. Had a hit an RBI in the win against St. Mary's in the sub-regional on Friday.
Mashanik has scored a couple more. They now lead Sharpsville 5-0 in the bottom of the 2nd.
Seckley with a 1-2 pitch to McFan. Sharon center fielder and 4-hitter. Inside, jumping back out of the way is McFan. And the count even at 2-2.
0-0. We are in the bottom of the 6th. A great matchup of two All-State pitchers here this afternoon.
Seckley to McFan. And just outside. Hayes does a nice job of pulling every pitch and framing it back over the plate, but did not get a call there. It's 3-2. Hayes, the freshman catcher for South Park. Runner first, nobody out. Seckley to McFan. And it is shot into right field. And it's going to drop for a hit. Runners advance. The throw comes across the infield all the way to third base, but no errant throw there. The base hit for McFan. And now runners at first and in second with nobody out.
And Addie McFan, another big-time hit. And Dave Bodine showing the confidence in his young budding star.
Yeah, you talked about, with the bunt being play there, but even better, a hit. 2 runners on, nobody out. And Coach R.J. Matetic to the circle to talk to his infield. And again, you talk about a couple different things here. You have Bundret here, Maya Bundret, the batter. She sacrificed her last time up. Would she be doing the same? What kind of play South Park looking for here defensively? Will they do any kind of wheel play? Will they try to get something at third base? Claire Bodine, the runner at second. Addie McFan, the runner at first. Conference is over. And Maya Bundret will step in.
So big-time drama here in Sippy Rock. 0-0, bottom of the 6th. Sharon with runners on first and second with nobody out.
And Bundret squares the bunt and fouls it into the netting. Strike 1. Halter, the runner at third, was charging the shortstop. Dubiak was racing towards third. Seckley trying to work out of this jam. She was able to work out of a bases-loaded jam in the fourth. 0-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. Bunter bunts it right back to the pitcher, and everybody gets back.
Oh.
Diving back was McFadden in their first. There was nobody to cover second base, as Bodine was off quite a bit, but there was nobody there in time to could cover that bag. So out number one on the popped-out bunt.
And that was dangerous, and that's the challenge of trying to bunt off these two great pitchers. It's not easy.
So Chloe Pagliarini will step in. She was able to get a bunt down that worked for a hit her last time up. Pitch is swing and a miss. Strike one to Chloe Pagliarini. Single and a strikeout, and her 2 times up. Bodine the runner at second, McFadden the runner at first, and a scoreless game here in the 6th. Sharon and South Park. Sydney Seckley rocks, fires, squaring a bunt, taking the pitch for high and a ball was Pagliarini. A third baseman, Wilder, even with the bag, but she'll come charging in if Chloe Pagliarini will square. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seckley with 2 Tigers on base behind her, squaring a bunt. This pitch is low. Pulling the bat back was Pagliarini. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, it was really good hitting once again. Square around, you see the ball's low, pull your bat back, which is exactly what Chloe did.
2-1. With 1 down. Squaring a bunt, there's the pitch, and it's fouled to the plate. So Pagliarini could not get the bunt down. We've seen Sharon bunt already in this game with 2 strikes on 1 occasion. I don't know if they'll do it again here. Pagliarini has knocked in 21 runs this year, the senior shortstop. Came in batting .288. Now facing a 2-2 count against Sydney Seckley. Seckley rocks, fires, pitch right up the middle, off the glove of Seckley. It's in no man's land. To first base is Pagliarini. She's safe, and the bases are loaded.
Chloe Pagliarini with a huge 1-out single off the pitcher Seckley's glove, and the Tigers have loaded the bases here with 1 out.
This is the exact same spot we were in the 4th inning. Bases loaded with an out, and Delaney Bear with the infield in, as they are again now, hit a line shot to second base that turned into a double play. So we do it again in the 6th. Bear steps in.
Infield in.
Here's the pitch, and it's inside, and Delaney Bear will work a count. There's no doubt about that. Lined out to second, grounded to short. She's put the ball in play twice in this game. Bases loaded, 1 down. Seckley to Bear, and the pitch is inside, 2-0. Seckley with her hands out, wondering why was that not a strike. Hayes turns around, asks the umpire.
Yeah, Hayes didn't like it. Secondly, you can see by her emotions, did not like it. So 2-0 now on Delaney Bear.
As you mentioned, infield in, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And this one taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Delaney Bear. 237 hitter. She's knocked in 11 runs this year. Had a huge 2-run double in the District 10 championship game.
Can she do it again?
Pitch from Seckley. Then again, a called strike. Bear now with a 2-2 count.
Mary Claire Brown on deck. We are scoreless. Sharon has the bases loaded here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Seckley has worked back from 2-0 to even the 2-2. Pitch to Bear. And it is shot foul right side into the netting. We'll do it again at 2-2.
Winner takes on undefeated Susquehanna on Thursday. Sharon also has graduation on Thursday.
So if it would be the Tigers, we would anticipate an early game. The work to be done to get to that point. 2-2 pitch. And Bear swings and misses on the high fastball, and Seckley gets the strikeout.
Boy, has a big-time pitch.
Strikeout number 10 for Sydney Seckley. And the base is still loaded, but now with 2 outs for Mary Claire Brown.
And not much Bear could do there. She had to swing. She could not let that go by, and just a really tough pitch.
So Brown, the righty batter, walked her last time up. Takes the pitch, swing and a miss. A bit low and outside, but Brown wants to drive in runs. Strike one. She struck out her first time up, did Brown, and walked in the fifth. Second time in the game the Tigers have loaded the bases. 0-1 pitch, and Brown will shoot it foul and out of play right side. It's 0-2.
And you had mentioned in the fourth, but the bases loaded, lined into a double play to end the inning.
We're in the sixth in a scoreless game. Sharon had him loaded here with one out, but now two down and 0-2 to Brown. Here's the pitch, and it is off the end of the bat, but fouled into the net. Just getting a piece of it was Mary Claire Brown.
I mean, that was, as far at the end of the bat as you could possibly foul off a ball. I don't know how that thing was fouled, but it was like a cue stick there. That's how that thing went into the net.
No balls, 2 strikes. Bodine at third, McFadden at second, Pagliarini the runner at first. And Seckley's 0-2 pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss, and she gets out of it. Back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded for Sydney Seckley. And no runs for the Tigers. They had 3 hits in the inning. There were no errors, and the Tigers leave 3. And we have played 6 innings in this one. We'll go to the 7th. No score. Sharon in South Park. You're home for the PIAA Playoffs, Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
You're independent. So are we. We're a locally owned independent bank. Because of that, we make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for some out-of-town loan committee to get together. We offer fast, quick answers on your loan requests.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
Back here at Kasnevich Field, Mark Slazak along with Bob Greenberg. Lee Gross is on the roof with our Facebook camera. Aaron Byro back at the studio. Jason Basil here with us as well. I'd like to thank our video sponsors, Sharon American Legion, serving veterans, community, and youth, accepting all veterans for membership. We appreciate the video sponsorship from Sharon American Legion. And we go to the 7th inning. We are scoreless in a big pitching duel between Maddie Vogan and Sydney Seckley. Sydney Seckley. And Sydney in that inning able to work out with 2 strikeouts after giving up 3 hits. Nothing really hit crazy hard of that first hit than Bodine, but working out of it. And Sharon left them loaded. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Pagliarini has to go through her, and it's an error. At short and on at first base is Emma Hayes.
Yeah, the hard-hitting catcher with a hard one there just kind of took a little bit of a funny hop for Pagliarini. So a error for Sharon, and Hayes will be courtesy run for here in the top of the 7th.
On to run will be Caitlin Polk. Christina Polk, we should say.
So for the 4th time in this game, South Park gets the leadoff batter on. And now you'd have to believe we're going to see a bunt here.
Christina Polk, 7 steals on the season. And often when they have the courtesy runners, they'll take off. There she goes, pitches high, throw to second base, tag, and safe at second base. A stolen base for Emma Hayes.
And that's definitely a big-time advantage. You have some speedy runners you can steal, and now the go-ahead run at second base here in the top of the 7th for South Park.
Caitlin Polk, the sister, will square to bunt and bunt it fair. Brown will pick it up, throw to first. It's high and just in time. Throw to the plate, slide safe. The runner never stopped. The high throw was pulled down by Bodine for the out at first. But Christina Polk never slowed down, and she'll score on the sacrifice.
It was a great play by Mary Claire Brown. The throw just a bit high. Bodine able to stretch to get it, but the speedy runner just went all the way around and has given South Park a 1-0 lead.
J.C. Hillicksburg, the batter, but now nobody on, will swing and miss, strike one. Bold play offensively, using the speed and scoring a run in South Park. This one fouled away.
And Coach Matetic talked about being aggressive, and he has definitely done that. And has given South Park a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 7th.
0-2 pitch after the foul ball is slapped to right field and grabbed and throw to first, not in time. The right fielder trying to get it. Bundrick came racing in, but a base hit for Hillicksburg.
Now batting number 24, Maddie
First
Wilder.
hit of the inning. So the error on the shortstop. And then the stolen base and a sacrifice. And on that play, on the sacrifice, never stopping at second and coming around to score was the courtesy runner, Kristen Polk.
So the Sharon Tigers have got to try to limit the damage here. They will have 9-1-2 in the bottom of the 7th batting.
And Brooke Palo here to, this is not Brooke Palo.
It is Brooke.
Is that Brooke?
Yep.
It's hard to read the number with the long hair in the back. It's a Brooke Palo here to bat for Wilder. First pitch is a ball. This one high. There goes the runner, and stealing second base is Hillicksburg. So Hillicksburg on at second base, another stolen base here for South Park. And Palo the batter. Pitch from Vogan is outside, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, the aggressive base running, and specifically the stolen bases, it's a huge plus for this South Park team, and paying dividends here in the 7th inning.
3-0 pitch, and it's wide. Palo will walk, and now it's 2 on with 1 out for South Park.
Pitch hitting for South Park is number 10, Caitlin Mattis.
Caitlin Mattis is going to bat. Here for Allie Wilder. With 2 on, 1 run in here in the 7th, a 1-0 South Park lead. And Vogan has worked out of a couple of jams this afternoon. We'll have to do it again.
As we said, it'll be Wilson, Vogan, Bundren in the bottom of the 7th.
And the pitch to Mattis is inside. Vogan walk was her first of the game. This walked 16 batters on the season. 5 in a row though wide. This pitch is bunted at. It was attempted, and missing the bunt was Mattis, and that's a strike.
South Park, they were 20-0 before losing in the District 7 championship to Mohawk. Sharon, 21-1. They've won 17 games in a row.
Vogan's pitch. That's a strike at the top of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 1 run in for South Park here in the 7th. They lead 1-0. 1-2 pitch to Mattis, swing and a miss. And that is out number 2 on the strikeout, the 12th strikeout for Maddie Vogan.
And now back to the dangerous Kylie Metrick here, the leadoff hitter.
Metrick with a double. A pop out to the pitcher, and she was on via an error in the 6th. Pitch is a swing and a miss. Vogan fires the fastball past her in the upper part of the zone. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
The Shannock lead sharp, so now 9-0 in the bottom of the 3rd.
Vogan's 0-1 is high. Keep an eye on the base runners too. You never know what might happen, and they'll put them in motion yet again with the top of the order. Metric a .574 hitter. 1-1 pitch, and it's popped foul and out of play. Behind us on the right, kind of 1-2.
So the Sharon Tigers are going to have to do something they have not done this year. That is come back in the bottom of the 7th to win a game, or at least tie it.
1-2 pitch, and it is shot to left field. It is deep, racing forward is Wilson, and it's going to be foul and out of play. And a pretty good swing on it did Metric. And with that really stiff breeze blowing in, it helped move that ball into foul territory. It was up there for a while. So we'll do it again at 1-2 with 2 down, 2 on. Vogan's pitch. It skips in. Brown can't find it, and the runner's going to move up. She blocked it, but couldn't find it right away, and the runners advance. So Hillingsburg now on at third. Palo has moved to second, both with good speed.
2-2 here on Metric. Top of the 7th. South Park leads Sharon 1-0.
2-2 pitch with 2 outs from Vogan. And it is fly to first baseman Bodine there, and she dropped it, but she was in foul territory. Second time the Tigers have seen what would be an out and a pop-up drop. They'll do it again here at 2-2. Ball was just to the left of first base.
And Bodine had to go over the bag there, which may have caused a little bit of an issue, but
she had her right hand in there. She might have put her right hand in the glove too soon. 2-2 pitch, and this one squibbed first base side and drops foul. She was shaking out her right hand after the play at first base. And again, you mentioned it too. And even though it looks like an easy pop-up with this wind today and how much every ball is being affected, I think you have a beat on it and it's 6 inches in front of you. 2-2 pitch from Vogan. And it is skied right field. Bundren into foul territory, races and cannot make the catch.
great effort there by Bundren.
Marty Bundren racing into foul ground.
Into the warning track down that first base and the right field line.
So we'll do it again at 2-2 with runners at second and third. Pitch from Vogan, and it is skied to left field, and Wilson is under it, and she makes the catch and squeezes it for out number 3 on the high fly ball to left field. But the first run of the game on the board for South Park. They get a run. They had a hit. There were a couple of errors in the inning for the Tigers, and there were 2 left on base. Sharon's last try. They're down 1-0, bottom of the 7th coming up right here. And you're home for the PIAA playoffs. Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
My son Colin, he just turned 19. He bought Xanax off of social media. It was laced with fentanyl, and he never woke up.
We're in the midst of a fentanyl crisis. We're seeing substances, marijuana, cocaine, Xanax. Fentanyl. It's enough to kill you.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
So it's the bottom of the 7th. The Sharon Tigers trailing South Park 1-0. Alana Wilson, the number 9 hitter, followed by Maddie Vogan and Marley Bundren, scheduled to bat here for Sharon. And in the bottom of the 7th, Sydney Seckley on the mound, All-State pitcher from a year ago. Rocks and fires. And just a bit high for ball 1.
So the Sharon Tigers in their dream season down to potentially 3 outs here this afternoon, giving up a run in the top of the 7th.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. The breaking ball, and again it's high. It's 2-0.
Boy, getting her on would be huge, Alana, with Vogan and Bundren and Bodine coming up.
Wilson with good speed. The freshman left fielder takes the pitch from Seckley. And it's low and inside, 3-0. Seckley has pitched 13 shutouts on the season, has held Sharon scoreless through 6 innings. Seckley with a 3-0 pitch, taken all the way, and it's high. It's ball 4. So the Tigers with a walk, and you go to the top of the order for the dangerous Maddie Bogan.
Last year in the state playoffs, in the quarterfinals, Maddie Bogan came up in a situation like this, and she won the game.
Bogan swings and drives it to left center. It's all the way to the wall. Wilson streaks around second. Bogan goes to third. Wilson coming to the plate. Here's the throw. She's safe, and the game is tied. An RBI double by Maddie Bogan up the alley in left center.
Maddie Bogan, the biggest hit of her life. A rope shot to left center field, scoring Wilson as Dave Bodine was not going to hold Wilson at third. A good throw, but Wilson beats it, and we are tied now at 1 with Maddie Bogan, the winning run at second.
Ball went all the way to the fence. Wilson racing around third. You mentioned Dave Bodine never hesitated. Really executed well by South Park. Metric got the ball in. The relay throw was a good one, but Wilson just plain beat it. And Bogan into second with the RBI double. And Marley Bundret with a winning run on at second base, and now a 1-1 game.
Oh my.
First run of the game given up by Seckley. Here's the pitch to Bundret. She'll square to Bunt, and she popped it straight up into the net. Marley Bundret has walked and struck out twice. A .542 hitter. She has knocked in 19 runs this year. Bogan, the winning run on at second base with nobody down for Sharon. And Seckley's pitch, again scoring to Bunt. The bunt is down. Seckley will make the play at first. And that's the out. Out number 1. And now the winning run is advanced to third base on the sacrifice.
Huge bunt there by Marley Bundren. And now, if you're South Park, do you walk the next 2 batters? There's no reason, they don't mean anything, and then load the bases for a force play at the plate.
The batter is Claire Bodine. Claire with a strikeout.
That's what I would do. I'd load the next 2 and load up the bases.
Take your chances. Claire did single her last time up. She shot it past the third baseman.
And I think Seckley is asking for that right now.
And Bodine will walk. As Dave Bodine with the sacrifice wanted to set it up for Claire. So Claire will walk on the intentional walk.
And I would also walk McFan to load the bases. Now the only issue here is when you load the bases, you have no room for error on a potential walk that would end the game.
They're looking into the dugout is Seckley. And they are going to walk. So 2 intentional walks. So your mindset there the same as Coach R.J. Matetic. Bases are loaded. The infield will come in. It'll be Maya Bundret, the batter. Maya struck out, a sacrifice, and popped out on the bunt attempt. Infield in. The winning run at third is Maddie Bogan.
And we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. High drama this afternoon at Kesnevich Field.
The pitch to Maya Bundret. Squares to Bunt, puts it down first base side. Play to the plate, slide, save! Bogan beat it, and a walk-off bunt, and the Tigers have won it 2-1.
The squeeze play by Maya Bundret scores Maddie Bogan, and the Sharon Tigers have won it in spectacular, heart-stopping fashion, 2-1, and we'll move on to the state quarterfinals.
A walk, a Bogan double that scores a run. The Tigers then load them up. And a surprise bunt by the 5-hitter, Maya Bundret, down the first base line. Seckley able to field it on the first base side, but by the time she flipped it to the catcher, which would have been a forced play at the plate, unable to beat Maddie Bogan, one of the few pitchers that get to run. She beats the plate at the plate just in time to beat the force play, and the Tigers win it 2-1.
Oh my.
Sharon High School 2, South Park High School 1.
And the Tigers advance. As you can hear the Sharon fans celebrating, and the Tigers move on to the state quarterfinals against undefeated Susquehanna on Thursday.
Sharon now 22-1 on the season. For the second year in a row, South Park loses their last 2 games of the year. They'll finish at 20-2. And what was a great game here at Kasnevich Field. We'll take a break. We've got our post-game awards, as well as a wrap-up of this one. When we return, the final again, Sharon 2, South Park 1. You heard it right here on your home of the Piaa Playoff Sports Radio 96.7, and you watched it on Facebook Live.
Water. Sign up now for our unparalleled water delivery service and enjoy free delivery straight to your doorstep. Whether you need water for your home or office, Herman's delivers premium quality water that's crisp, refreshing, and pure. Make the smart choice today. Experience convenience and hydration like never before. Visit our website at hermanswater.com/free delivery to get started and never worry about running out of water again.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Craving a taste of the extraordinary? Discover Vay's Pub and Grill, where flavor meets fun in Hermitage. From our signature steaks to our mouth-watering burgers, every dish is crafted with care. Unwind with a drink from our extensive selection in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Whether it's a night out with friends or a family gathering, Vay's is your go-to destination for unforgettable dining experiences. Check us out today at vayspubandgrill.com and taste the difference.
Hello, Shell Restoration. May I help you? Hello?
Oh, I was waiting for the beep. Or the part that tells me what button to press.
Nope, I'm a real person.
Great. I've been leaving messages all day to try and compare prices on my roof.
Well, we can have one of our project managers call you to set up an appointment within an hour and be at your house for an estimate within 24 hours.
Wow, that's service.
Well, that's what we specialize in.
Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Call today for a free estimate, 800-663-8103, or look for @Shell Restoration on Facebook.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
Back here at Kasnevich Field with the Sharon Tigers with a walk-off win. They score 2 in the bottom of the 7th, and Sharon knocks off South Park by a score of 2-1. Let's send it down to Bob Greenberg.
Tears of joy, Maddie. I know a heart stomper tonight. Just tell us what you're thinking.
I'm super excited right now. I don't know what to feel. I mean, that could have went either way, honestly, but I'm so proud of my teammates for pushing through.
And just talk about the game itself. Obviously, you knew you were facing a big-time opponent.
Yeah, we all knew the pitcher was good coming into this, but, you know, we showed up and we showed out, so.
And you fell behind into the bottom of the 7th. What was the discussion by Coach before that last at-bat?
You know, I mean, I was just thinking, like, it's never over until the game's over. So I had no doubts in my mind that we couldn't win it, so that was basically it.
And then Alana gets a leadoff walk, and then you come up to the plate. So what were you looking for?
Anything, just to get on base, to get her moving, but I knew if I didn't get the run in, I knew Marley would, so I wasn't stressed out at all.
And then the great bunt, and you scored to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not usual for your fourth batter to get a bunt down, but she did it, and she did great. So
I was just talking about last year in the state playoffs, you had the walk-off, kind of the same fashion, and now you get to move on to play on Thursday. This has got to feel pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully we do just as good.
Well, congratulations. I know the city of Sharon right now in Mercer County cheering loudly for the Tigers.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Mark, back up to you real quick.
All right, thank you very much, Bob Greenberg. Word with our player of the game, Maddie Vogan, and what a game for Maddie, the winning pitcher, now 22-0 on the game. And let's go back down to Bob.
All right, now with Dave Bodine, obviously, Coach, tears of joy, the best tears, and live to play another day.
Yeah, just the kids fighting. The girls showing grit and fighting through things. And we didn't play clean defensively, and Maddie kept us in it. And we just want to fight to the end, and whatever it is, it is. And today, we were fortunate to come out on the other end of it.
Just talk about the last inning. What was the mood like? Obviously, you guys haven't been in that situation very often.
Yeah, it's just keep playing. You're only down by one. You need a good at bat, and you get a runner on. And we were at a good spot in the order. We know Alana can run really well, so if we get her on, and then you put them to a decision: are you going to pitch to Maddie or not, or put the tying run on second? And they did. And big shot by her, and Alana scoots around the bases from first to home, and just so proud of the girls.
Hey, I saw you. There was never a doubt sending Alana to score there.
No, we weren't stopping there. I'll live with that. And same thing here on the safety squeeze. I told Maddie before the pitch, take off like you're stealing, and she gets it down. We're going. There's no questions about it. And Maya, I told her push it to first. The first baseman was back. She did it perfectly. Pushed it to first, gave Maddie enough time, and. Just the one time we execute today in a bunt, and the biggest moment. So,
and it's a high degree of difficulty to bunt off a pitcher like this.
Yeah, Seckley was awesome today. We struggled. She did a great job, and we were able to get on, but she kept pitching herself out of it. And fortunately, there we made a couple good plays at the end, and we're moving on.
I assume you kind of lived the entire life here today between the airs and how this game played out. A lot of emotion.
Yeah, just a lot of ups and downs, and trying to stay calm for the girls. I don't scream and holler a whole lot. I kind of just, swallow it, and that's what I do for emotion. So, but no, it's they're kids. They're kids. They're going to make mistakes, and winning is freaking hard. It's really hard.
And now you face undefeated Susquehanna on Thursday. They win today, I think 11-0. Who knows what game will be played, but the Tigers move on to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we'll get ready the next 2 days and show up and give it our best shot and see what happens. We always got a chance when you're playing, and you never know what can happen.
Hey, Bodine, congratulations.
Thank you, Bob, for everything. Thanks for the coverage, and just, hey, Tigers are moving on.
Tigers are still alive. Mark Slazak, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Bob Greenberg. Down from the field, we heard from Maddie Vogan, and we heard from head coach Dave Bodine as the Sharon Tigers get the walk-off win, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to beat South Park by a score of 2-0. Reinhardt's Insurance pleased to present the Player of the Game award to Maddie Vogan. Maddie in the circle, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run and 12 strikeouts in the game. Also a single, a double, a run batted in, and she scores the winning run as well. That'll all get you Player of the Game every time. Reinhardt's Insurance, proud to honor Maddie Vogan as Player of the Game. Picking up a customized T-shirt from Tuesdays, and it'll be in Hermitage. For details, check it out. Congratulations, Maddie Vogan. Reinhardt's Insurance, Player of the Game, powered by Landmark Information Services, the place for all your website and social media design needs. Also want to throw the play of the game at you, and we've talked about it extensively. It was a safety squeeze with the bases loaded. Let's set up that 7th inning. Sharon gives up a run in the 7th, an unearned run to go down 1-0. Alana Wilson walks to start the 7th. Maddie Vogan knocks her in with a double. She's then sacrificed to third by Marley Bundret, and then Coach Matetic decides to load the bases with intentional walks to Claire Bodine and Addie McFan, bringing up Maya Bundret, who on the first pitch of the at-bat bunted it on a safety squeeze down the first base line, and before it could be fielded in the throw to first base, the throw to home plate, which would have been a force at home. Fielded quickly, but Matty Vogan beat it to the plate and scores the winning run. And the Sharon Tigers come away with a 2-1 lead. And that bunt by Maya Bundren is our lock, stock, and barrel play of the game. The play of the games all year that you can hear here. We appreciate Lock, Stock, and Barrel for that. So congratulations to Maya Bundren, who has the Lock, Stock, and Barrel play of the game, powered by Landmark Information Services, the place for all your website and social media design needs. Sharon Tigers will move on and play at a time and place to be announced against Susquehanna, undefeated team out of District 3. They'll play that game coming up on Thursday, weather permitting. Thursday doesn't look like a great day weather-wise right now, but we will wait and see. But again, Sharon, a 2-1 win. We'll take a break. We're back with more in a moment on your home for the PIAA playoffs, Sports Radio 96.7 and Facebook Live.
Quench your thirst with Herman's Water. Sign up now for our unparalleled water delivery service and enjoy free delivery straight to your doorstep. Whether you need water for your home or office, Herman's delivers premium quality water that's crisp, refreshing, and pure. Make the smart choice today. Experience convenience and hydration like never before. Visit our website at hermanswater.com/free delivery to get started and never worry about running out of water again.
The Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners, honoring our past, expanding our future. Two firms coming together to serve clients in Grove City, Western PA, and beyond. Confluence Financial Partners is a wealth management firm on a mission to help clients maximize their lives and legacies. Visit us at confluencefp.com. Confluence Wealth Services, Inc., DBA Confluence Financial Partners, is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Registration of an investment advisor does not imply any level of skill or training. Please refer to our Form ADV Part 2A and Form CRS for further information regarding our investment services and their corresponding risks at confluencefp.com.
This past winter, your roof may have found itself under siege from damaging ice, snow, harsh winds, and frozen tree branches all pounding it. Now, the snow's gone, and time to assess whether or not your roof is in need of repair or replacement.
Most roofing companies last 1 year. Warner's Homes and Improvements in Mercer have been installing high-quality roofs quickly and professionally since 1958. Warner's Homes and Improvements, an Owens Corning preferred contractor, offers a 50-year roof warranty. Need a new roof? Call Warner's Home and Improvements at warnerconstruction.com.
Bay's Pub and Grill awards the Mercer County Team of the Month. Bay's is proud to announce that the West Middlesex baseball team is the May Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations to West Middlesex coach Colton Hoffman and his District 10 championship team, as they are the May Bay's Pub and Grill Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations, West Middlesex Baseball, the May Bay's Pub and Grill Team of the Month. For more information, go to bayspubandgrill.com.
Your home for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins, the NFL, the Pitt Panthers, and high school sports in Mercer County is Sports Radio 96.7.
Back here at Kasnevich Field, where the Sharon Tigers have come from behind to win it and advance in the PIAA playoffs. Sharon with a 2-1 win over South Park. All the scoring came in the 7th inning. South Park scored on the top of the 7th. An error, a sacrifice, a single, a walk, and a flyout. They'll get the run in and take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the 7th. And as we mentioned, it was a Wilson, a walk, a Vogan double to knock in Wilson. And then a sacrifice, 2 intentional walks, and a safety squeeze by Maya Bundren. Maya got the bunt down, our play of the game, scoring Matty Vogan just before the throw to the plate. And Sharon wins it by a score of 2-1. Some final numbers, Bob, anything you want to throw? We've given some of those already. But Sharon moves to 22-1. South Park ends their season at 20-2.
Yeah, just thinking about that bottom of the 7th, and Maya Bundren, the bunt that she did, and I had a chance to chat with her, and I'll put that on social media here in a little bit. But I asked her how much she's practiced bunting, and they do it every day. And she says, we practice it with our travel team. We practice it every day with Sharon. And a high degree of difficulty to get that bunt down against a great pitcher like South Park had, and to do it in that situation with the pressure is something that will be, I'm sure, discussed for many days to come here in Sharon.
No doubt, and got the bunt down. Actually got a couple sacrifice bunts down in this game. She put in 3 times in the game from the 5 spot in the lineup, but got the big one down. And you heard Coach Bodine mention that they had a chance to kind of talk about it real quick to let Maddie know that you're taking off during the 2 intentional walks, so you kind of knew the situation was coming up. And Maya got the bunt down on the first base side, which was perfect. Was fielded by first baseman Kempton. She just didn't get the throw to the plate in time. She was there to make the play, but just not able to do it before Vogan beat it to the plate as she came home like Coach said, run like you're stealing, and she certainly did it. Had a great jump and just beat the throw.
You know, every game isn't perfect. Every game isn't flawless, and we saw today Sharon had some errors and made some mistakes, but the sign of a great team is the ones that can overcome those, and the Sharon Tigers are definitely a great team, and they overcome the errors today with a highly dramatic victory. They will advance. Unfortunately, the Sharpsville Blue Devils will not advance. They have lost in the Shannick 10-0, and some great careers have come to an end at Sharpsville, led by Lily Palco, of course. Really one of the all-time great players. More about her, I'm sure, over the next day or two. But so West Middlesex loses 12-9 in extra innings. Sharpsville loses 10-0, and the Sharon Tigers, they move on, winning 2-1.
Okay, so we're down to just the Tigers. Greenville left the other chance so far to do it on the baseball side, as West Middlesex fell earlier on the baseball side. So we'll see what Greenville does, but the Sharon Tigers certainly advance till Thursday to play Susquehanna. And again, that's an undefeated squad there as well. Darren Steele messaged a little bit ago during the break, said that's a team that the downtown looks a lot like Sharon, and they're orange and black as well. So that's what Sharon will face on Thursday.
And we do know it's Sharon's graduation on Thursday, from what I'm told, and which means that game will have to be very early. Susquehanna is somewhere in the Harrisburg area, so I would think, just off the top of my head, Du Bois would be a perfect site. If they play at noon on Thursday, that would maybe get them back and without any problems for graduation. But that will be something that the Piaa will have to deal with as they decide on where this game is going to be played.
And they usually do take that into consideration and try to make sure that they take care of that for the kids as well. Sharon with 3 seniors in their lineup as well, so we'll keep that in mind. Unfortunate end of the season for South Park, though. Ended at this season with another great year, but will end their season at 20-2. Sydney Seckley, all-state pitcher last year, pitched phenomenal again today. 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, and 11 strikeouts in the game. But the Tigers did just enough in that 7th inning to come away with the win.
And that's going to do it. And want to remind you, we will have coverage Thursday of Sharon and Susquehanna, wherever that might be played. So we'll find out. We already have support from the American Legion on our video coverage. So as long as we're approved, then we'll have definitely radio coverage, and we'll have video coverage if the Piaa gives us the thumbs up. So you can already count on that as you're driving home.
Yep, and we have no control over the thumbs up or thumbs down from the state. We just apply, do the best we can.
And if we get turned down, there'll be a few more than thumbs going up in the air, if you know what I mean.
I understand. And Bob, good luck to you. Good luck to the Tigers the rest of the way. This ends my broadcast season. I'm going to be away, so unable to do any further. But it has been so fun to follow these Tigers and everybody else throughout the year. So good luck along the way, and bring back a state championship. That would be fun to come back to.
Yeah. You ended on an incredible note. So
I know.
not a bad way to end.
Not a walk-off. It's super. So we'd like to thank the helpful people and everybody here at Slippery Rock.
Travis and Sean and all the folks here at Slippery Rock. Not sure we'll be back. We might be. Who knows? But a Taj Mahal of softball fields here in Western Pennsylvania. It's truly a thrill to come here and broadcast games, and we hope we're back.
Thank you to camera operator Lee Gross working at the top. Hopefully he's not too sunburned up there on a windy day. We'll see. Back at the station, Aaron Byro, thank you so much for your work and working 2 games, in this one on the baseball side and then this one. And for sales director, sports director, colorman, and broadcast partner Bob Greenberg, I'm Mark Slazak saying thanks to you for listening. The final score here from Slippery Rock was Sharon 2 and South Park 1. And you caught it right here on Sports Radio 96.7 and on the Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook page. You have a good night.
Today's broadcast has been brought to you by the Reinhardt's Agency, Lock, Stock, and Barrel, Shell Restoration, Warner's Homes and Improvements, St. Paul's in Greenville, UPMC Orthopedic Care is Mercer and Lawrence County's local choice for sports medicine services. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union, Attorney Bill Motor, Mercer County State Bank, Mancino's Driving School, Herman's Water, Vay's Pub and Grill, Hermitage Rotary Club. If you're struggling with prescription opioids, there is hope. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail, DK Auto LLC in Grove City, and the Cash Dollar team at Confluence Financial Partners, honoring our past, expanding our future. Please thank this great group of sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts all season on Sports Radio 96.7.
Thanks for listening. We now